Hi Study Buddies, so I'm extremely glad to bring back my Plan With Me series. I always love doing them, and this series is going to be airing monthly, a few days before every month begins. And November is one of my favorite months just because it's right between the end of fall and the beginning of winter. So the first page I made was this November title page, just to separate from October, and the theme for this month is a lot of florals / greenery, so there's going to be a lot of plants, leaves, and other doodles, but I didn't really want to make the whole page just florals, so I drew on these stars which I thought were really cute. To keep it more minimalistic, I didn't color in everything, instead I used a yellow pen to color in the flowers and stars. And all I'm doing right now is drawing little lines and stars at the end to mimic a garland kind of effect, and I feel like this ties into the theme really well. November to me is all about the coziness that comes along with the whole vibe of the month, and I really wanted to go along with that coziness, so I tried to stay within the color range of browns to oranges and yellows. But moving on, I wanted to keep going with the floral theme, so I drew plant vines, leaves, and stars around this postal sticker, which I thought was really fitting for this month. So the color scheme I was going for is a lot of neutral colors like browns, blacks, and whites with a pop of yellow. I originally wanted to go with an orange theme, but it never really worked out. Continuing on, one of the things I love to do every month is to make a goals list. Basically, just a compilation of all the big things you want to accomplish in these 4 weeks, and I really wanted everything to flow together, so I continued on with the same lettering with a few doodles around it. And I really wanted a 3D effect to all my headers, so what I did was that I wrote goals on a different piece of paper, and then I just cut it out and I taped it onto the paper. And I think it turned out really well. So now I'm just finishing off my goals list, and then I'm just gonna draw a few little vine doodles around it. November is a pretty big month for me because it's the first month where I have to submit college applications, and I just wrote a few other little goals. But I absolutely love the style of this page. I think it just complements the whole vibe of November. I tried adding more color by using this metallic brown copper washi tape, but I ended up not liking it, so I just took it off. And I got this washi tape at Target for around $1, and it just doesn't work really well. It wrinkles easily and it tears the paper, so I don't really recommend this brand. Now I'm working on a November monthly page / calendar. Some people like really big calendars. I prefer a smaller version so I could just quickly glance at it and know when important stuff comes up. So it only takes up half a page. The other half is going to be an important events column where I write down deadlines and other extremely important things I have to do. But again, I'm just sticking with the same kind of lettering and also the same 3D effect to all my headers. My monthly calendar is pretty simple. It just starts from Sunday all the way down to Saturday, and then I just number all the days in November, and it's just like any regular calendar. So what I do with my monthly page is that I highlight the day where I have something that comes up. So for example, my UC deadline is November 30th, so I'll just highlight the 30th and write a short description of the event. And for my important events column, it's basically the same thing, but what it does is that it gives me more room to write down larger descriptions and bigger timelines. And now what I'm doing is that I'm drawing some flowers and also some doodles to tie in everything from the last page. I absolutely love drawing flowers and just vine doodles. I think my biggest inspiration comes from Study Rose, or formerly known as Study Rose, now Gentle and Ruthless. Cheyenne is just so amazing. She draws so beautifully, and if you're looking for inspiration, definitely go to her Instagram page, Gentle and Ruthless. So moving on, I wanted to have a buffer page between all my monthly spreads and weekly pages, so I decided to create a mood board, and I didn't want to overuse the florals and greenery, so I stuck to the hanging starlights around the lettering, and I first did this back in December of 2016. That was the first time I did any of the hanging starlights, and a lot of people really liked it, so I wanted to incorporate it in the November and December timeline. And I think if you just have no idea what to draw for a single page, I think this is just a safe bet to draw hanging starlights around a header. And in my last plan with me, I asked you guys if you wanted to see a proper wildflower video, so here I am drawing a wildflower. I start drawing the middle circle and then adding little petals around it, then drawing the bigger petals. I kind of messed up on this one, but I think it turned out alright. And yeah, it's pretty simple, but it adds a lot to your bullet journal. I did this better last time, so if you want to see a better version of this, check out my last plan with me, which was my October/autumn plan with me. So I pre-made all these cute little drawings. Mainly it's a lot of mason jars with plants, waves, and other things. A lot of it was inspired by Milk and Honey, which is a poetry book, and I really loved a lot of the illustrations, so I remade them with my own spin on it. And it's pretty simple to do this. All you have to do is cut out a piece of paper, then draw whatever you want. So right now I'm just drawing a little terrarium, then I'm drawing little lines around it to create a box. So I didn't film this, but I drew on some extra floral doodles around the little drawings, which I thought was really pretty. So here's the full page of my mood board, and obviously you can change around your mood board. I just wanted to go with a singular theme, and it turned out pretty well. My favorite is definitely that middle drawing, which is the mason jar. Yeah. The next page I wanted to make was a music list because if you don't know, I am a music fiend. I basically listen to music 24/7, so my playlist changes every hour. So if I absolutely love a song, I'll write it down with the artist, genre, and also the rating. One of my favorite songs right now is 23 by IU. I've been getting into K-pop recently. I'm not such a big fan right now, but I do love IU a lot. And I've done music pages before. It's just a way for me to remember songs that I used to love because I change music taste so often. Sometimes I really love alternative, then I'll love pop songs for a while. The second half of this page is a wish list. I think once in a while we have to treat ourselves, so I love to create wish lists because it's just a motivator for me to work hard. And right now I'm just finishing off the wishlist header, which is kind of the same as the music header, which is just a lot of leaf doodles and star doodles. A wishlist is pretty self-explanatory, but for my wishlist column, I just write down the item, the price, the date, and the rate. And for right now, one of the things I really want is Copic markers. I think it's just really perfect for art and that kind of stuff. And just some final touches, I drew on some upside down hanging starlights just to match the other page. And finally, the last page is a weekly spread. I started out by matching the same lettering and the star theme with the same basic weekly layout. So yeah, I didn't really have anything special for my weekly pages just because I wanted to keep it really simple, so when I take it out in school or when I'm just at home, I can just pull it out and just fill it out. So I do this with all my weekly pages. I keep 4 circles open. Sometimes I need more, but I try to keep it at 4 items. And to make this page a little bit less boring, I decided to draw something. I originally planned to make this drawing a little bit bigger, but I thought this was just the perfect size at the end. So whenever I'm drawing, I try to live in the middle of being spontaneous and also being inspired. So I love to add elements of my own touch with a reference. And that's what I did with this flower drawing. I started out with a cute little flower in the middle, and then I just drew leaves around it. And I did different types of leaves, different shapes, and different kinds. And in the end, I think it just turned out really nice. And there you have it. These are all the pages I prepared for November. There was a lot of florals, but a lot of minimalism too. I really want to emphasize that you don't need fancy things in order to bullet journal. All you need is a black pen and paper. Yes, I did use some stickers and a yellow pen, but at the end of the day, it would have looked the same if it was all drawn by black pen. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I plan on making this a monthly series. I kinda went off the tracks on these plan with me's in the past few months, but I'm back and even better. I hope we can make so many more bullet journal creations in the next few months. Also, make sure to check out my merch. Part of the proceeds will be going to the National Prevention Hotline and also Stomp Out Bullying. You can get it at represent.com/studywithinspo, and yeah, everything will be linked down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, and comment what theme I should do next month. I'll see you next week. Bye!